season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Motion man is Shakir. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on there, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Looking to throw, May. Short pass caught by Henry, and he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Here's 2nd and 7. Diggs in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Here's 3rd and 9. To the air, May. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dobbs goes in motion. Now Allen. That's complete to Dobbs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 12 carries, 61 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. The Bills at 12-2 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And even though it's the offense with the ball now, how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout. It's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle. An absolute masterpiece.
2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Allen now looks to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 21.
That's another Bills first down.
Here's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir. His 11th touchdown on the year. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Shoves him aside. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Throwing here is May. Gets this complete to Butte. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Here's May. Escape. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Now, they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bills' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. He had the touchdown. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
To throw, it's May. Being chased out left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
They'll throw with May. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
First down, Patriots.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they go play action with May. To the sideline and incomplete. Now there's Jake Bates to try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bills' offense and running back James Cook heading onto the field. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
At the 46-yard line.
They'll try to middle with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On the move past the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the Patriots 18-yard line.
Back to the ground, Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. The kick by Bass is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to throw again. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, these 2 teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To the air, Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it.
Completes to Shakir once again.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Khalil Shakir
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sport.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
From the 31, here's second down and 2.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the shotgun, it's May.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Patriots.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. On play action, Allen.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Cook up the gut.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Able to get away. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Off the play fake. Here's May.
He finds Douglas complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Looking to throw. May.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Douglas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
To the air. May.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, May with it. That is caught. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Patriots have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about, not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Muscles by at the 25.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Quick slant to Shakir.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Allen running right on the option. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
10 more there and another first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. On play action, Allen.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Robert Spillane. And the Pats are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Gets this complete to Butte.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
To throw, it's May. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
Here's May.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Throwing here is May. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second down and a yard.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
They'll throw with May.
He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And he's got this down to the 35.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Play action. May.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
From the gun on third down is May. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
To throw, it's Allen.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This is 1st and 10. Allen.
And that'll be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here now, 3rd down. To throw is Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
27 yards.
And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
He's back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Douglas. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. Back to throw.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
They'll look to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Looking to throw. May.
Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal. They went to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for the Bills, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again